Yeah, I'm Raymund McGrath. I work for Helvar, head of sales.
And I'm Sean Bunton, I'm Sales Specification Manager for Helvar.
Can you tell me a little bit about what Helvar do, who they are, where they're based?
Yeah, so we're a lighting control manufacturer. We're based out of Espoo in Finland, and in the UK we're based in Dartford. So Sean covers Scotland for Helvar, and I'm head of sales looking after the UK team.
Fab. So can you tell me a little bit about how sort of energy efficient lighting is important to achieving any sort of net zero or carbon neutral goal? And why now? Why lighting?
Yeah, I think lighting is massively important. Anything in the built environment where we can make savings and take that step forward to a more sustainable future is obviously hugely important. Lighting's come on a long way in the last kind of 10 or 15 years with LED, and the energy reduction has been massive. But the most efficient light is the one that's off, and that's where we come in. If we can use daylight, and this building's a really good example, there's no lighting on in here today, it's really well glazed. So we can have that impact, harvesting natural light to give artificial light only when it's really required. And when it is required, giving the right type of light for the right type of activity. So user comfort is really important as well. So it is, on top of having sustainable, energy efficient buildings, we want them to be built for people as well, for the users in the space.
Well, it seems obvious lighting, doesn't it? But I never would have thought that that's such a big part of a company or a university's overall emissions. Can you tell us a little bit about the impact directly that some of your projects have had? Any case studies where you've gone in and somebody's using so much and then it's reduced massively? How do you get people to that stage? Is it a quick process? Just really intrigued to see how it works.
Yeah, so I think in every building, obviously lighting's a huge part of it, and as you said, it's there and visible to people, but maybe they don't notice it so much or don't think about it so much. But one of the biggest impacts we can have is not only using the sensors to turn off lights, but to share that information, share that data with other building services. So on top of saving energy through lighting reduction, we can also share that data with things like HVAC. So make it occupancy-based. So if we know the lighting doesn't have to be on, then neither does the heating or the ventilation. So we've seen projects with universities. University of Bath, for example, are a big advocate of using Helvar, linking that to the BMS and saving more than 70% in energy.
See, that's absolutely wild, isn't it? And I'm sure a lot of companies would be interested to know how much money they can save in just making such a small change. They don't have to knock down any buildings. They don't have to spend loads in new technology and any batteries or anything like that. What would you say are your sort of most successful clients? Who do you approach where they see the biggest difference?
I think that's always evolving. In terms of clients, I think the conversation about sustainability is evolving all the time. So our traditional kind of clients would be M&E engineers, particularly electrically biased. But now we are having conversations with end users. We're having conversations with sustainability engineers. I think it's really, the dial's really shifting as we drive for net zero. It's an evolving picture.
And Sean, I'll come to you then. What has brought you to the Net Zero Club? Why are you involved with this conference over any other?
I think in general, trying to get the conversation started is massive. I think there's a lack of education within the market where people are they're quite oblivious to what's actually happening. So being here and being present and being able to discuss our solutions with different people and different stakeholders is massive for us. So yeah, just having that opportunity, it's something that aligns very well with our brand values. So if we can align with net zero and really push our name in the market there, really show the benefits of utilising systems like ours, then I think that's massive. And yeah, they kind of go hand in hand. So long may that continue.
Oh, fab, that's a really good answer. Okay, and today is, I don't know if you're aware, Earth Day, obviously. Yes. If you could give anybody any sort of sustainability message, one thing on Earth Day, what would both of you say?
I would say future-proof is key. I think we see too many people thinking about the here and now, and they forget about tomorrow and next week, next month, next year. So I think putting the building's future ahead of what's happening today is massive, and always don't compromise that. Put in the technology just now, benefit and let it grow. So yeah, I would go with that.
Thinking about long term is really key, and I think putting in those systems now, which are going to have the maximum benefit through the life cycle of the building, we are huge advocates of that, because that will have a bigger impact, as Sean said, not just today, but well into the future.